आज ही डाउटनेट ऐप डाउनलोड करें। डाउटनेट पर होगा अब आपके सभी मैथ्स, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स और बायोलॉजी डाउट्स का सफाया। बस अपने क्वेश्चन की फोटो खींचो, उसे क्रॉप करो और तुरंत वीडियो सोल्यूशन पाओ। डाउनलोड नाउ।
Two people start jogging at the same point and time but in opposite directions. If the rate of one jogger is 2 miles per hour faster than the other and after 3 hours they are 30 miles apart, what is the rate of the faster jogger? Option 1 3, option 2 4, option 3 5 or option 4 6. Okay, so as per the question, there are two people who start jogging at the same point and at the same time but in opposite directions. Okay, so let us assume that this is the point at which the two people start jogging, and as stated in the question, they start jogging in opposite directions. Let us assume that one of them goes forward whereas the other one goes backward. Okay, so they start at the same point, which is this point, and at the same time. Now it has been said that the rate or the speed of one jogger is 2 miles per hour faster than that of the other. Okay, so let us assume that the jogger who goes in the forward direction, that is this direction, has the greater rate. Okay, whereas the one who goes in the backward direction has the lower rate or smaller rate. So let us assume that the jogger who goes in this direction has rate equal to x miles per hour. Okay, rate equal to x miles per hour. So as per our assumption, the jogger who goes in this direction will have rate equal to rate as 2 miles per hour greater than this rate, that is his rate is going to be x plus 2 miles per hour. Okay, now we have to consider their distance after 3 hours. Okay, now as they start at the same time, the time for both these joggers is 3 hours. Okay, so we can write that the time for both these joggers is 3 hours. Okay, now let us assume that after 3 hours this jogger who goes in this direction reached, say, this point. Okay, and after 3 hours the jogger who runs in this direction reached this point. Okay, now this jogger who ran in this direction ran at a rate of x miles per hour for 3 hours. So the total distance that was covered by him will be given as the product of the rate and the time. Okay, and as his rate was x and his time was 3, the distance will be 3 into x miles. Okay, as the rate is in miles per hour and the time is in hour. So he started from this point and after 3 hours he reached this point. So we can conclude that this length from this point to this point is 3 into x miles. Okay, now for the jogger who ran in the forward direction, his rate or his speed was x plus 2 miles per hour and he ran for 3 hours and he covered a distance starting from this point to this point, and this distance again will be given as the product of the rate of the jogger and the time for which he ran, and that is going to be 3 into x plus 2 miles. Okay, so the distance run by this jogger is going to be 3 into x plus 2 miles. Hence we can conclude that the distance from this point to this point, that is this distance, is going to be, as per our assumption, as per our calculation, 3 into x plus 2. So we can conclude that after 3 hours one jogger is going to be at this point and the second one is going to be at this point, and the distance between them will be given by the sum of these two expressions. Okay, hence we can write that the distance between the two joggers after 3 hours will be the distance between these 2 points, and that is going to be 3 into x plus 2 plus 3x. Okay, so the distance between the two joggers after 3 hours is going to be 3 into x plus 2, which is the distance covered by the first jogger, plus 3x, which is the distance covered by the second jogger. Now the question again states that after 3 hours they are 30 miles apart. Okay, that is, this expression, which is the distance between them after 3 hours, can be equated to 30. Okay, so we have an equation concerning x from which the value of x can be found. Simplifying this equation, 3 into x plus 2 can be written as 3x plus 6 plus 3x equal to, on the right hand side, 30, and on the left hand side, adding the x terms, we can see that 3x plus 3x can be written as 6x, and this 6, if taken to the right hand side, will give 30 minus 6, which will become 24, and from here the value of x comes out to be 24 divided by 6, which is obviously 4. Okay, hence we can conclude that the rate of the jogger who ran in this direction, which we assume to be x, is equal to 4 miles per hour, as x has been found to be equal to 4. Now the question asks for the rate of the faster jogger, and as the rate of the jogger who ran in this direction, the forward direction is x plus 2, whereas the rate of the other jogger is x, we can conclude that this jogger who ran in the forward direction has the faster rate. Hence the answer will be x plus 2, and as x equal to 4, the rate of the faster jogger can be written as x plus 4, and as, I'm so sorry, it will be x plus 2 actually, x plus 2, and as x equal to 4, we can write this equal to 4 plus 2, which is obviously 6. Hence we can conclude that the rate of the faster jogger is going to be 6, and going through the options we can see that option 4 is the correct option.
क्लास 6 से 12 से लेके नीट IIT JEE मेंस और एडवांस के लेवल तक 10 मिलियन से ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स का भरोसा। आज ही डाउनलोड करें डाउटनेट ऐप या व्हाट्सएप कीजिए अपने डाउट्स 8400 400 400 पर।